there, friends. I am going to make the goal of trying to post once a week. I do apologize about the delay. Life has become interesting. I would like to talk about inner child work and reparenting yourself today, and a phrase or term that I've kind of heard about through other blogs and online is transformative therapy, or transformative empathy, where you basically find like a quiet room or space outside where you can not worry about any interruptions or danger, and go within and kind of meet your inner child somewhere special. Now, a really good friend of mine who is a medium, she does life-centered therapy, and she did a life-centered therapy session with me last year, and she kind of guided me through this very same procedure of getting myself to meet my inner child. And I've been doing this lately with the help of another friend who kind of joins me there to make sure that I feel secure. And I've also been doing it on my own. It's all energy work, and it's really helped me. I grew up in a very chaotic, abusive household. My parents are emotionally immature and volatile at times. And that's also led me to, become emotionally immature and volatile. And I've been working on that, and I really feel that I've mastered working on my temper, and my emotional maturity is, if not older than theirs, it's getting there, because I am a product of them. And I like to say that I am a little monster because I was raised by monsters. And what do children want their parents to do when they're little and there's a monster under the bed? They want to save them. They want to protect them. They want that monster to go away. Well, it's kind of difficult when you're being raised by them. And that's really heavy. It's a really heavy topic to talk about. And my parents love me. They may not have shown it or told me, but I know they do. In their own capacity, they do. And maybe the capacity for them is 5 gallons, and the capacity for my love is 5 million gallons. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to this day, but I do know with whatever capacity they have, they do love me. And I'm sure they have guilt and shame over the way that they raised their children. I would like to think so. I sure have guilt and shame over a lot of things that I was told I did wrong or didn't do right or was bad at, or just a bad person in general. And that's where it comes to, the transformative empathy or transformative therapy. During my first life-centered therapy session, where I was introduced to this, I remember that I was on a beach, and it was this beautiful sunny day. I could feel the warmth on my skin, and I could hear the waves in the ocean, and the sand was like white and powdery soft on my feet. And there was really nobody on the beach, at least not close by, except this little girl. She was crouched down, playing in the sand right at the shoreline. And she had on this beautiful little dress, a sundress. And she had little ringlets of blonde hair. And I was just admiring her. She looked so content and at peace and happy, like a little girl should. I would say she was probably around 7 or 8 years old. And I realized, with my guidance of my medium friend, that little girl was me. And that was me at an age that I really needed to have guidance and structure and love, not chaos and anger and beatings. And on that beach, she looked up and she looked at me and she gave me this big smile, and she ran over to me and she grabbed my hand as if to tug for me to go play with her in the sand. And I don't remember her ever speaking to me, but it didn't matter because her thoughts were my thoughts. I went over there to go play in the sand with her. And I said, "It's okay, you know. You can play like this. We can play together." And she understood. And we played. And I just remember that I knew that I needed to go, but that I would see her again. And so when I got up to go, she gave me this look like she was worried and she was scared and that she did something wrong. And I told her, "It's okay. I'm always going to be here. You don't have to be worried. You don't have to be scared anymore. You are protected. I will protect you." And she was fine. Now, recent sessions with a friend helping me and my own self-guidance, I've gone back to that beach many times, and she's still the same little girl who is always happy to see me, so excited. And sometimes I hear the seagulls, and I see them flying down, swooping for fish in the water. And sometimes I see other people. They're still far away, but they're audible. I could hear them laughing or talking. And I make it known that it's time for her to play, because she didn't get to do that when she was a little girl. And now she can. Part of the reason why I made such a big change in my life recently, and that means moving over 1,000 miles away from family, friends, and all of the known areas in my life, was because I knew that I needed to explore, and I needed to do things my own way, and I needed to play. And while my past relationship, there was playtime, we did do things like go to the park and go to the beach and go explore in the woods. I knew that I needed to do this on my own for some reason. I needed to do this for the little girl inside me, because she needs to know that she is protected and that she is safe and that it's okay to have fun. I remember I really didn't have school friends, or I didn't really get to see my friends outside of school until I was in my teens, in high school. That's when I started working, which was very important to my parents that I had a job, because I owed them whatever I could give them. And I will say that my father instilled work ethic in all of his children, and I am appreciative of that. It can get a bit hectic because I can be a workaholic, but I am learning to balance my life also. But I remember when I would start spending the night with my friends in the neighborhood, the rule was that I had to be home by 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. the next morning, and that I couldn't go to sleep. That I would have to do extra chores to work off the fun time that I had with my friends. Now, pretty sure we've all spent the night at someone's house before. And if you haven't, I still think you could empathize with this. The idea of spending the night with your friend is to stay up late and have fun and giggle and play games. And the idea is that you get to go home and probably take a nap or have just a day where you're a child, and that you shouldn't be worried that you're going to have extra chores or you're going to have some sort of punishment for having fun or for being a kid. And I never understood why my parents did that. It's just, it allowed me to realize that it wasn't worth having friends as a kid, because I was just going to be punished for it. I don't understand, and I never will, and that's okay. I have to be at peace with that. But I also remember when my parents allowed me to go stay with my friend in Florida for a summer. And when I would have to call to check in with them because my friend's mother expected that, not knowing what type of childhood I had, my dad would joke about how the grass was, 6 foot high, waiting for me to mow it when I got home. And granted, mowing the lawn was a chore of mine at times. What was the point of that? Why are you reminding me that I'm possibly going to be punished for having fun? And these trips weren't so bad. When I would get home, I think it was because it was a break from my family also. It was one less mouth to feed or one less person to get mad at. Or maybe they were mellowing out a little bit as I got older. I don't know. But I just know that it took me a long time to start to try and have fun as an adult, because I always felt like I would have to work extra hard. So this past Monday, I took off from work, a paid time off day, and we recently had let some contract workers go that had assisted me in the department with general tasks that had to be done every day. And I don't think that the rest of the department realized that I was taking on all those tasks on top of doing other work, and they would have to do those tasks for me on that day, Monday. And so when I returned on Tuesday, some of the work had been done, but I had a lot on my plate and I had to work more hours than I would have liked. And I just told myself, what exactly is the point of taking a day off when I'm going to have to just work extra hard the rest of the week? So that's something that I really need to try to focus on and, set up a better reminder for people that will be covering me for at least the daily tasks to be completed. Maybe I should have prepared them better. I know we're all busy. I'm not mad at them that they didn't do everything on Monday for me. It's just another lesson for me to know that I am capable. I am a strategist. I know how to do what I do very well. And I need to provide a checklist or something for them to have in front of their face on the days that I'm taking off, because I have more days off that are planned. And I don't want to feel like I'm going to have to work extra hard when I get back every time because I didn't prepare them or they were unaware of all the tasks that I have to do every day. That's just one more thing, is I need to be able to explain or give people the expectations of what I would like. That's part of having boundaries and part of just being an adult. And that was something that I was never taught as a child either. So I really am working on myself, reparenting myself in many ways. Sometimes it's daunting, other times it's exciting and scary, but I feel so accomplished. And I don't like the idea that people that I love and care about in my life, my ex-boyfriend, my friends, all the people that are not near me anymore, may feel guilty that I had to leave them to be on my own journey, that they weren't enough for me, that they weren't able to help me enough. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. They got me to where I needed to be to jump off the cliff and move on and soar like a seagull at the beach. And I just want you all to be able to get with yourself and imagine wherever you want to be. I didn't plan on it being the beach. That just is what popped up. That's where she was at. And I'm okay with that. It's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful experience. So I feel that this is a healthy thing to do, even if you had a relatively good childhood, because your inner child always needs to be reminded that they are okay and that they are safe and they are loved. You may have had a trauma experience in your teens or your early 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or whatever. And you've shut yourself down from something. Maybe it's not your inner child. Maybe it's your inner teen or inner younger adult or inner whatever. They exist though. And they need to be told and reminded that they are loved and that they are worthy and that they are safe, they are protected, and that you have their back. Because that's what my inner child has been trying to do as a 7-year-old. She's been trying to protect me and keep me safe, and she doesn't have to do that anymore. I'm an adult now. I'm capable of doing that for her. I hope that all of you are doing as well as you can. I request the most benevolent outcome for you all to have a wonderful day, week, month, year. And I send love and light to everybody. Until next time. Be well.